everyone, Linda here. It's time for the Julie Nutting collaboration, and this month the theme is vacation. And when I first found out about the theme, I thought, oh no, I'm not really going on a vacation. I'm kind of on vacation all the time. But then my good friend called me and asked if I wanted to go to Puerto Rico. And there's Sophie. Say hello and then go away. And for no reason, just go to Puerto Rico. So that's what we're doing at the end of the month. So I'm so excited about it. So I started my page and I put an airplane on it because I thought, you know, to get started on it. And then I colored my Julie Nutting doll. And I have some pictures of Puerto Rico, but I want to draw Puerto Rico on here. And I'm not real sure about getting the shape right. So I have some carbon paper. Look how old. This thing is so old. It's from when I was in college, which was I graduated in 76. It was 90 cents for this 100 sheets. Oh, this says onion skin, so I guess the graphite paper or the carbon paper must have been something that was in it. I have no idea. Oh, you can see typing on here too. That is so funny. And you know, because then you didn't have computers and paper. We had typewriters when I was in college. God, I forgot all about that. Okay, so I want Puerto Rico right about here. And I like this one. So I'm going to trace that on there. And then I can paint it. And I don't know if you see Miss Sophie's right here blocking my light. This isn't going to be perfect, but it'll be better than just, you know, trying to draw it. I'll get some of the ports and things in here. My husband, Gary, spent, oh, how many years? 4 or 5 years when he was a little boy, like from 4 to 7 or something like that, in Puerto Rico, because his father was stationed there in the army. And he was there during the Bay of Pigs and had to, you know, they boarded up the windows and they had to have everything packed and ready to evacuate. And his mom and him, there were 3 of them, had to be ready to go. Mary and 2 little boys. Ugh, can't even imagine it. I'm just putting in these other little islands. And we are going to San Juan, which is right here. I think is the capital of, put that like that, just so I know. Now, before I move anything, I want to make sure I have it good enough to see. Yes, I do. Alright, so now I want to paint this like all the blue sea, kind of like these pictures are. And I love the way this one shows the lighter colors than the darker colors. This one I copied because I wanted to see, you know, where it was from Florida. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's this tiny little island away from Florida. From where I'm flying from in Chicago, it's a 4-hour flight. So wish me luck, because I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to flying. Now I gotta find some paints that I want to use on that. Before I do that, I wanted to make the girls sparkly. Oh, the way I did this too is I drew the plane on, then I traced the plane on tracing paper. Then I took Tim Holtz Distress ink and made the sky. And then I went back and painted and colored the plane. And this is my August calendar. You know, I don't know if I showed you those. See, this was June's, and then this was July's things that I did. I got a haircut that day and I liked it, so I put it in there. And that was my July Julie Nutting. So this will be my August Julie Nutting. So before I do any more painting, I want to glitter up these parts. So I'm going to use my So before I paint that, because I'm going to want this to dry, I'm going to use my Fun Stamper's Journey, it's a glaze, and do her ruffles. Put a little of this glitter on there. This Julie Nutting doll had long hair that curls like that, and I just cut that off because I have short hair. And oh, I wish this was me. I'm going to set that aside and then work on this page. When Mary lived there, she said she used to get so tired of the sunshine that she would wake up and say, oh, the sun's shining again. So I'm hoping for good weather. It's kind of the, I think it's the hurricane season down there, but we're okay. I'm a big worrywart, so. Alright, so that's a little bit of white picket fence distress ink, and then this is just Craft Smart Robin Egg Glue. This is just water, you know, and it's in this little squirty thing, so I get just a little bit of water in there. I like the effect that using my finger does. It takes out some of the harsh lines of the... Get a little bit darker color down here. I'm going to try my liquid color splash from Fun Stamper's Journey. This is probably dangerous to do, but oh no, that's a pretty color. Let's see how that mixes with the other paint. Oh, it made drops. I didn't move it fast enough, I guess. It's better if I brush it on. And that's what happens when you just do something. I think I want a little thicker paint down there. I want this Delusions blue. This will be fun. I think I'll use a sponge to do it. Lighten that up a little bit with the Delusions paint. Liking that, but I'm thinking my sky needs to be a little border up here. My sky needs to be a little bit darker, but that's okay. Just taking this sponge, and there's always a lot left in it. I drew in the letters for Puerto Rico, Here I Come, and I want to color those. First I want to color in the island, and it looks from this picture that there's some mountains in here. So I'm just going to color that a little bit brown and then the rest green, not to, you know, I'm not trying to make it exactly like the island, but just to give me a little bit of an idea. And I'm just using my watercolor pencils. This one just happens to be a Prima. And a watercolor brush. I'm not using, I use Copics to color her, but I don't want to use it on here because it seems to bleed through. And I just have, you know, all my watercolor pencils in a bag like this. And I have a couple different brands, so. And I don't think I color enough to really tell you which is better than the other. I like the Prima ones because they're nice and soft. This is a DeWitt, and I like this one because I like the way it blends and doesn't leave lines. But, you know, they're all really nice. I need to read up on Puerto Rico because I don't know very much about it at all. And I think we're just going there to lay in the sun. Alright, I'm going to take a Memento marker and go over my outline lines. I'm just using that a blue one. Dark blue. I just wanted to do that before I watercolored because I thought, you know, I want to kind of stay inside my map. I feel like this is just too dark, but I think I'm going to leave it that way. Alright, now I drew the words in pencil. Now I want to go over them with a pen. With markers. Let's see, I think I'll use the blue again. I like the way that looks. Try to do this in blue and red, but this is how I make lots of mistakes. See, this is a little darker red. Yeah. A little bit more intense. This is a very old Prisma pen. Oh, I put red there. See, I know I'd make a mistake. That's okay. Blue Sharpie. See how that works? I want to go over this. I didn't think that was dark enough. So, I'm going to go over it again. Okay, so I think that is all I'm going to do on my page right now. But when I get home from Puerto Rico at the end of the month, I'm going to have space to put journaling and some other fun things on the page. So that is all I'm going to do for right now. You notice I did some writing with the memento markers, but I didn't think it was dark enough, so I got out this micro Pigma pen. My camera shut off and I don't know where it shut off. So what I did is I did my letters with, first I tried the memento pens and I didn't think they were dark enough, so I used the blue is a Sharpie and the red is a Pigma, micro Pigma pen. Then I glued her on. I wrote August 2017. I'm leaving the rest of the page open for memorabilia, maybe my ticket, something to put on there for my vacation. So I'm pretty excited about going, a little nervous like always with trips. Head on over to the rest of the ladies that are participating in the collaboration. There are so many talented ladies and it's fun to see what they come up with their Julie Nutting dolls. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye bye.